I've pressed the wrong button. Let me just go back to here really quick. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to what should be a super exciting time. We're going to do some bingo today. SDG Bingo Battle Race 1 of 8 in the series, and I'll go into a little bit more detail as I go and get some ads, I suppose, because they're going to roll ads. Oh my god, none of them rolled ads. We did it. We nailed it. Thank you, Ellie, for the follow as well. I need to re-reveal the card before we get going, but we are doing this for charity today. We're doing it for the Battersea Cats and Dogs Home. If you use exclamation mark charity, you can find all the links and good stuff for that. I'm going to be coming on my own today, so this is exciting. Solo Sean commentary content as Millie is raiding on in. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. We're about to get underway here. Everybody is good to go. So let's put a GLHF into the race room, and we can do some force startage. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know what we're doing today, we are doing some bingo. Now, there are squares above or like dead in the middle of the screen. All of our runners are going to try and find them within 3 hours. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to watch some amazing runs. And I'm going to talk to people. Kari made the layout, so all credit goes out to Kari. She worked on this for like last night into today, and it's hella fucking pog. I'm so excited. I am doing great, thank you, Nagi. I'm ready to see some exciting bingo action. If there is any volume issues or anything, please let me know. I will do my best to sort them out. I'm also hoping that it all runs very smoothly. Lovely. So we have 8 runners here today. Master volume. What, for the seed or for the restream? Yeah, the game sound, Nuggy, or for my sound? Probably the game sound, right? Everything. Let me see what I can do. So we can move that up like that. We can do this. Knock that up a little bit. Am I going to have to add a game filter here? Maybe I'm going to have to add a game filter. There we go. There should be better. There'll be some loud music. Trent's using some custom music. That is whose audio we're using today. I've not really caught a lot of what's been going on as I was just quickly getting everything set up. But we have 8 awesome runners in today. We have Andals, we have Kyle, we have Nesman, we have... I'm trying to name those who are not on Restream right now. Why am I not piecing together? Kits. Kits is for 4th one. Yes, this counts. So the way the whole tournament is going to work is there will be 8 bingo races that are the dates already preset, but I am going to change one. Don't. And what they need to do is they need to score as many points as they can over the 8 races. Top 4 go into a blackout bracket to become SDG Bingo Battle Champion number 1. So we're seeing some Mido's house here. Frogs 2 is an ice trap. That's fun. Strength upgrade at Trail. That was... I saw Spirit Temple had something. Hook shot in field. That's a good hint. But it's looking like Vi's going to go adult, I think. As Kari's doing Kokiri sword chest and finding a bloopy. Toad is already in Lon Lon. Trent is farming up a bit of money. Tell us about the settings. Sure thing. What I can do is... Let me pull up my announcement so I make sure I get this perfectly correct. So, the settings for this... a lot of people might know what I'm on about when I say this, but we're using the Scrubs preset. So 40 skulls, 50 skulls, 1500 horseback archery. They're all off. Claim check is the only thing in... it's the only thing for the Bigoron reward. But we do not start with Lens of Truth because it can be a square. So... We don't start with anything, basically. It's Trent's rushing Skull Mask, by the looks of it. Interesting choice. I will do my best to keep up once we've got all these introductions out of the way. The bridge is on 4 dungeon rewards today, or just in general. So it's a mix of all stones and medallions. So you could get 2 stones, 2 medallions. You could get 4 medallions. You could get 3 stones and a medallion, whichever you want, to open up Ganon's castle. Random agent spawns is still a thing, as it usually is. Chickens is on a random chicken count now. So to incentivize people to still do it, and for it not to be so swingy because people won't do a 7 chicken run, we decided to make it random chickens. Vanilla maps and compasses. So in all of the dungeons, all of them, as you'll see on Kari's side here in a second, as she's in Deku Tree. This chest right here is usually the map chest, and you will get the map in it. There you go. And it counts towards the squares or whatever. That's a good find for Trent, that sword. I don't think we have swords on the board today, unfortunately, but... the other things are we have free Scarecrow song. We have normal ice traps, so there's 6 ice traps in the pool. And the final thing that we have is a specialized hint distribution based on this board. So you can put the board into the generator and it will generate hints for getting squares on the board. So you won't see the classic Way of the Hero or anything like that, but you will see the, like, Shadow has the boomerang, which I saw earlier. Did someone get it? I'm now settled so I can keep a bit more of a tighter eye on things. If someone could verify in the VOD for me, please. And then we can go from there. Thank you, Hero. Oh, magic in Deku Tree. There's Trent already in bottom of the well. Ah, yeah, there you go. They've marked. So... Or... Toad hasn't, but... So Vi's found it. If Vi's found it, then Toad doesn't have it. Because it must be an early adult. Andor's one of our non-restreamed runners, also has it. Yeah, so we should be good. 30 as Ferora's Wind. Oh. You're not going to be able to... So, from speaking to a couple of... Oh, that's a bomb bag. That's a bomb bag in bottom of the well. Trent making the ultimate right decisions to start off. There is bomb chew. There are 20 pack of bomb chews in Lon Lon Ranch, but a bomb bag in bottom of the well is super nice. Scale is Cat Grotto. Perfect. Yep, there will be a lot of metagaming and stuff going on as well. I think judging, I can't see everybody who is who's racing. Like, I can't see all of their streams. But I could tell you that Andors and Vi must be the only two who have gone early adult here. Din's fire on Toad's side. That's a center square. So Lost Woods has Din's fire. And it is a stick upgrade on Gomer. We do need it. Stick upgrade is on the board. We do need to give these runners a little bit of time just to realize. There you go. No. Well, that might draw Kari's eyes to it. There you go. Drew Kari's eyes to it. So we know Kari and Kyle are both just done Deku Tree. Inside Ganon's castle has iron boots. It's interesting to see the divergence between all four runners immediately, which is... Oh, that's a hammer. Oh, and then the hint for the hammer. The hint for the hammer is in the grotto with the hammer. Yo, Lido, thank you so much for raiding. Ooh, strength as well. Thank you so much for raiding. Welcome on in. I'm going to do a little bit of a pluggaroo, but we are streaming for charity today. So if you want to benefit for cats and the dogs over at the Battersea home for cats and dogs, you can find all the details in the post that I just posted. I beat Hero to it. Look, we've played four practice bingo seeds, prepping for today to make sure the settings are correct and stuff. And I've sniped people in 3 of them. I'm known for this. Oh, Trent getting stunned a little bit there. Skari checked chickens yet? Nope. No one has done chickens yet. Skari has 2 rupees short. It's unfortunate. Nesman finding the scale was pretty poggers. Trent won't. They don't have Sun Song, as far as I'm aware. Adult Andrew did have an ice trap, that is confirmed. This board doesn't actually get the runners to do a lot, they just need to find a bunch of stuff. It's quite the mix of a board, and awkwardly, I didn't know. Well, there was no comfortable way I could put 4 trackers on the stream with a bingo board. So we kind of just have to basement this, or bargain basement this, as I call it. Yep, Trent already starting on the beans. Yeah, and the bingo board is way more important in my eyes. Like, I don't see the point in the trackers for particularly this. Plus, it means that if I can't get volunteers, or like it's last minute that a restream happens, I can just sit here on my own and just talk about it with people and just let it run. It's like super just one person easy. Alright, so Trent's going flat out for 70 beans here. I mean, there's a joke to be made there somewhere, Nagi. I'm fairly sure. Lens of Truth up in the Dongo's Cavern. So Trent's going to go back down the river here, picking up a bunch of rupees along the way. Vi's making their way over to Goron City. Toad is just beating Deku. And Kari's finishing off free. Well, not finishing off. Hasn't done what's it called yet, but does get light arrows, which is part of the square. As I've just noticed, Andals has marked Quiver 40. So there's 2 pretty easy bows out there. We've seen one over on Vi's side, but... That's 40. It's 50. You need 130 more rupees and you can be done, Trent. Yeah, ice arrows are gonna... Like, ice arrows are important in bingo. Okay. So with Bingo Experience, what are your 3 least favorite squares? I think, to be fair, 3 least favorite would probably be like, well, one of them's on this board. It's 3 shields and 3 boots because it requires a lot of RNG, which can be really tough. What else? Let me pull up the document and I'll see what other options we have available. But 3 shields and 3 boots is definitely one of them. One skull from each adult dungeon also really sucks. Because there's like a ton of requirements for it and it's not quick. But you can get it along the way, which is nice. And Cow in House, because nobody likes Cow in House. Cow in House is a horrible square. I love Water Temple though, ETR. Like, I'll do Water Temple goals because I love Water Temple. Call it an unpopular opinion, but I really like it. Kari likes Cow in House. Yeah, she rushed it in one of her practice seeds, I believe. Also, you should probably get broken stick. Ah, your shield. Watch trend farming up here. That's for hint that Deku has a magic meter. And there's for Bo that Andal's found. Probably, at least. I think what I'm going to do here is it's going to kind of look a little bit tacked on, so I do apologize, but it's going to be helpful for Restream purposes. Is if I do this. I need to find somebody who has checked the pedestal. I'm hoping at least somebody has. As my chat program keeps minimizing, which is not ideal. Always on top. Thank you. Maybe I could put this, like... There we go. You can see the medallions now, and it doesn't look like really badly out of place. Hook shot. There's for hook shot in the field. Bai's about to get that, funnily enough. Do we have a set time for when the next stream starts, by the way? I'm sure it's on the schedule, but I haven't seen it. Or I haven't noticed it. 10 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. We may slightly run over that just because of interview, but I believe it's you that we're raiding, if I remember, Eddie. So it gives you perfect time to set up. Alright, Toad warping out to Requiem. Now. Trent, rightly so as well, not getting the map, because maps and compasses are not on this board today. Well, there are certain maps and compasses, like Jabu Jabu map and compass, but we don't have get X amount of maps. But does Electa pick up the compass? Oh, Trent showing off something I've not seen anybody, like many runners, think about, which is doing a ground jump there to jump straight up instead of climbing on the vine. I don't know if it's quicker, but it's definitely ideal. Alright, nothing outside of the 4 squares we've seen so far at the moment. confirmation of our medallions, which I grabbed from somebody else's stream. We have Forest Medallion Jabu, Fire Medallion Forest, Water Medallion Water, Start with the Shadow Medallion, I think it was, Vanilla Spirit Medallion, and Dodongo's is for Light Medallion. Yep. Nesman's the underdog here because Nesman is brand new to Uta. Like, has played about 4 seeds and has said that he really wanted to join this bingo battle tournament thing, which is hella pog. It is open to anybody, so if you want to like join in on the next race, you can. You could join in at any point. It's worked off an average points system. So, if you get like 10, 15, 10 for your, picked a terrible number. Let's go with 10, 16, 10, just to make it nice and easy for myself. In your first 3 races, you would have an average of 12. And then the 4 highest people with the highest average after 8 races that will lead into February, I think it is, because it's every couple of weeks. The 4 highest go into a blackout bracket where the board that we have in front of us, they will battle out to who can clear the board the fastest. That's going to be really exciting. Let's go to this. So we're 31 minutes in. Andals with the 3 square lead at the moment, or has 3 squares first. You don't gain anything extra by winning the board. You gain bragging rights if you black out the board. But they're all on a 3-hour timer. 2 hours and 28.5 minutes remaining. The race will end at 3 hours. Like, the race room that they're all set up in is set to end at 3 hours. So, the first hour in bingo is usually pretty dull. You won't see many squares or anything because people are just doing their sort of setting up to play the seed. They'll do some regular checks. They'll do stuff like that. It's only really afterwards, like about an hour to 2 hours, you'll see people do loads of different strategies. You'll see loads of squares getting marked, and it will be a mad dash to the end. It's really exciting. Do. There's the mirror shield. Harder for free shields and free boots. Alright, cool. Now I've fixed that. Kind of curious as to what route Kits has taken. Let me see if... I'm really hoping this doesn't, like, explode my computer. Well, as we say that, Kits is now on the board. Because Kits has just done Deku Tree. I am actually able to pull up the other runners, so I can bring up what they're doing as well if that helps. We have Andals, who is currently sitting in, or is currently in Fire Temple. Currently doing the Bosky loop. We have Kyle, who is doing Spirit Temple at the moment. We have Nesman, who is doing, like, Kokiri Forest stuff. And we have Kits, who just left Deku and is, like, picking up skulls and stuff. There's the hammer for Toad. Couple of shield flicks there. Nice when you get the hint of the hammer in the grotto with the hammer. That might be the only hint for the hammer as well. Which is super rough. Andals has just found double defense. I'll leave it up to you guys if you want me to comment on what the other runners are doing, and if they find something I'll mention it. Or I'm happy just to keep it just for all we can see. Yeah, that is more than fair. I will keep. Well, I'll have an eye on everybody, of course, but I will mention those that we see here as best as I can. An important thing to note about some of these squares, by the way, especially free shields, free boots for this example, or the blue fire square that we have, is the way that bingo works is you keep the square if you were to save quit right when, like, at any point, if I randomly went, all right, everybody save quit, when you come back into your save, if you still have done the requirement, it counts. So if you have blue fire, you can mark it. But as soon as you get rid of that blue fire, you have to unmark it. There may be an exception for Ice Cavern. I didn't specifically detail this to anybody, so I'm just going to see what people do, and we can cross it for the next time. But Ice Cavern will be a pain with blue fire. You might want to go in with 2 bottles and just keep one to hide Ice Cavern. I don't think we have any Ice Cavern specific goals, so it's probably for the best. Burned shields definitely for the win. Yep. Honestly, it's a good counter to metagaming. Oh, that'd be super harsh, but I'd be up for that, Nuggy. There's a square in TMCR bingo, which is literally the square just reads die. So literally, whenever it's on the board, you'll see people in the first 5 seconds just run up to the first enemy and let it kill them. Yep, so Toad is, I think, the only one currently with both elemental arrows that we've seen so far. Nice lens. Toad showing us the other version of Bomb Chew Trick. I prefer the way Levi taught me, which anybody who's watched me play will know I do it from the other side. But Toad is nailing it there. Really nicely done. Jabu being Forest Med makes that square even nicer. Yeah, it really does. Like, but the thing is they got hinted early on that Boomerang is in the Shadow Temple. So they're definitely going to need to push some songs. I think we've seen Nocturne somewhere. Maybe from someone, I don't actually know. I think Vi has Nocturne. I'm not entirely sure on that one. Excuse me. Reap. Yeah, there's the hint for you. Shadow Temple as for Boomerang confirmed. Yep, it also plays into 8 songs. We may see people. There's for Silver Scale. We may see people rush Ice Cavern for that. Weep Skeep is allowed. There's 3 tricks that I banned today because they're ridiculously overpowered that are actually allowed in standard, which is Hookshotless Shadow, Hookshotless Spirit, doesn't matter, there's an early hookshot anyway. And there's a GTG Wolfos like clip or like recoil jump type thing. It's quite nuts. But all 3 of them I deem to be way too like swingy. Kari getting that shield for free shields. Shame it's not separated to free boots. Chickens is an ice trap. Both ages of Andrew has an ice trap. This is why you never do chickens. Chickens is a bad play. Don't at me. It ironically would have been a very important check to do if full prey to free ice traps was on this board, but that's besides the point. Weep. Yep, and was with that double defense, Bone, like, keeping ahead because of that double defense. And having the quiver that Toad does not have. Is Toad going for... Oh, Toad's going for all 5 skulls in DC. This is smart. Gary's weighing up her options here. Don't think she's picked up the hammer yet from the hammer hinted grotto. There we are, Toad with all 5 skulls in Dodongo's cavern. Moves into joint first. Do. Toad has really been pushing the Skulltula goals really early on, which is quite interesting. As Kari picks up the quiver. Vi picks up the stick upgrade. Toad picks up the wallet. I think what we need right now, and I need to see if I can do it, if I can do this. Let's start a prediction. Let's see if you reckon that in order to win this board, do you need a 10? Was it 11? I just made it and I don't even know. If you think 11 to 17 squares will win this, or if you need 18 to 25. I also can't cast a prediction on my own stream, which is really sad. Boom, boom. Always gotta go big. I mean, I've seen people win bingo squares with as low as, or win bingo boards with as little as 14. Redeeming a truth question, cats or dogs, and why? Well, I imagine this isn't gonna please you, Nagi, but I'm a dog person. Always have done. I've grown up with multiple dogs. Also, let's thank T-Riz for raiding Toad. Big pog. But yeah, I've always been a massive dogs person. We're going to ignore what's happening on Toad's End. There's for double defense. Yeah. We had an Alsatian growing up when I was a kid. Was born like a day after my birthday. Super cute dog. We had him until he was 18. Then we got a Pomeranian. She unfortunately passed away pretty young, and my dad now owns a Chihuahua. I think Chihuahua crossed with a Jack, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Shows for dogs. I'll try and get some pictures up. Yeah, the dog. My first dog lived until he was 18. You have a cat who'll be 22 in January? Big pog. How do I... I don't appear to have the pictures on my Facebook. Let me find my parents. They'll have pictures of my puppas. Alright. I'm gonna see what I can do here. We're gonna block the bingo board with dog pictures. Alright, are you ready? This is the 18-year-old dog called Harley. This was taken in 2009. Look how cute he is. What a majestic dog. And then... Whoa, Toad having some fun getting knocked off all the way down there then. That was really interesting. Some anti-grav stuff going on, I think, there. How could such a big dog turn 18? Proper diet and exercise and stuff. You can, like, dogs can't last that long. I mean, I guess a bit of luck gets involved as well. And then we have a Pomeranian called Nikita. I'm gonna try and find the puppy picture of her in a second because I know it's on my dad's Facebook. And like honestly, I think everybody will melt. Let me find the picture. Come on. I'm going to show Pongo off as well. Pongo is the Jack crossed with whatever I said earlier because I wrote Chihuahua. My brain went blank there for a second. And that's Pongo. Aha, found it. We're just going to look at dog pictures now. Bingo exists, but dog pictures. I'm gonna melt everybody's hearts here. Are you ready for the picture that's gonna melt everybody's hearts? Look how adorable puppy Nikita is! This was taken at the puppy home that we got her from. She was, I think, 3 or 4 weeks old when this picture was taken. Yeah, now we've had the dog moment. Definitely show support to the charity for all the awesome puppers and kittens. Just like some of the ones that I showed, but they're not at the place. They just, yeah. Yes, she was from Battersea, where you can donate by following the links in the chat. If I do this, follow these awesome links to donate to the place where we got our puppy from. I mean, they definitely do good work, do Battersea. A great cause to support. Also, you should all try and beat my top score. I'm daring people. Alright, let's get back to our scheduled broadcast now. You know what? I am. Nagi, I'm going to double dare somebody to take me off the top spot. The gauntlet has been laid. I also got paid early, so I was actually able to do it. Alright, so no crazy squares have been marked. A couple of people have done a couple of goals since. We've got Toad and Kari out in front with 5. Vi just got 5, as I said that. Picked up 8 songs. We found ZL somewhere. That's it's kind of awkward because we were talking about puppy pictures and I didn't see where ZL was. I'm fairly sure it was in the crater. Because it can't be Ice, it can't be Prelude, it can't be Burning Cack, and it can't be OOT. So I'm fairly sure it was in Bolero. Agreed, Hero. Doggo's definitely more important than ZL. So Kari looking for and finding the Forest Temple boss key. Is choosing to immediately leave. I'm not entirely sure about this one. I would have probably finished the courtyard myself. We'll have to see if this pays out. Maybe there's a different plan in mind, and it looks like there is. This looks like a shadow dip, which is very interesting. I don't think we've seen anyone dip shadow. We have had Dins and Magic and Nocturne for a while. One heart is a little scary. Where were the hovers hinted again, Hero? Because I don't remember. It's Toad doing hammer chest. Trent and Vi both rocking their way through DC right now. Maybe Dead Hand Dance for Boomerang. That'd be pretty crazy if we had that. It does not. It has a small key. We're leaving. Nice relaxing music for Dongo. Yep, Trent's really showing us the smooth strats today. By getting that chew strat down, real nice. Toad having a bit of fun with Volvagia. Yep, there's Aziel in crater. Long shot on Volvagia. Okay, long shot on Volvagia. That's a good pickup. We could get into GTG and do that square. We could get the 5 different small keys. No, we don't have iron boots, so we can't quite do that. Stone Fire, Volvagia. Well, the issue is though, heroes, they have Requiem, so they like all it would say is that like whoever marked it reversed. But logically, Poe Bottle on Vigoron, DMC Fairy having nothing. We're about to see DMT Fairies. We've seen the Goron tunic. I don't think we've seen the Zora tunic right now. But I am going to take this moment just to quickly disappear for a couple of minutes. I will be right on back here in a sec. Thank you very much for the updates in the chat, Nagi. I just had to quickly dash off and deal with something really quickly. So Kari, the first Restream person to do DC with actual bombs. Trent's done DC. Trent had bombs. Trent's already been in and done it. It looks like Vi's gonna buy the 7 beans here, which you need quick math time 280 rupees for. Obviously has for Giant's wallet, so it doesn't matter. No one able to convert a line yet. Also, I want to point out that we're 1 hour and 19 minutes into this race, and we haven't seen Kari do chickens yet. Which I feel is just incorrect. Hello, Millie. Oh, Toad having a little bit of trouble with those rupees. I know how that feels. No one really branching off and doing anything different right now. People kind of just retracing their own or each other's steps. You were almost a toad sandwich. I love that hint. That hint is the best junk hint I think I've ever seen. So, if Toad finds a Zora tunic, we're gonna have the first line. But I think for Toad, we're gonna see some Forest Temple. You full clear it, you get 2 squares because you get Forest Temple boss key, and you'll have your 3rd medallion. Maybe you find some other stuff in there as you go. That's Kari getting 5 skulls in DC. I don't think we've seen Zarya's song yet? Question mark. I think this is more a play to get Dampe digging done. Maybe pick up the skulls. If I got Keaton, okay, yeah. I know Trent's got it set up. Don't think I've seen anybody else do anything past the initial one. It makes sense having Spooky Mask on the board with Halloween in 8 days. Let's be real. That's Toad with 10 and is also leaving. I don't actually agree with the people leaving here. Unless they don't know that Forest, or people don't know that Forest is a medallion. Spy's about to get the ice trap over on chickens. Toad getting 4 dungeon rewards for Deku, DC, and Fire. And the free one. So we're going to see our first play into Ganon's castle here. Could pick up Blue Fire as well, if you really want. But that's just it. Both Kari and Toad have gone into forest, got the boss key, and immediately left. Neither of them have even finished the courtyard. I can only assume that people are going to go back. I really hope that our runners go back. But Tony's going to set down the Blue Fire, get that first line on the board. We have a line. Ding, ding, ding. Especially because Toad has long shot. I'm really confused because Toad has long shot. There's a slingshot in Ganon's. It's not logical first. Well, actually, it could be logical first because you don't have to do Deku to get in here. You could do Forest, DC, and Fire. Do lines give bonus points? No, but they are marked. They are used as a tiebreaker. So you want to prioritize for lines overall. If you do end up on like the same average, lines give you that like wiggle room. As that's strength 2 in Ganon's castle. Where were the hovers hinted, hero? Because you seem to remember, I don't. I think you're supposed to have used Dins there. Oh no, you have. In spirit. Okay, in spirit. Kari's setting up Weepskeep. I don't know if that manual walking forward will do it. We'll have to see. Nope, unfortunately not. There you go. That's the right spot. I think you have to do the whole setup again. I'm not entirely sure if you can just like eyeball it like this. It looks decent. There you go. Nicely done. First play over towards Ice Cavern. Maybe gonna see if Bolero is in there. Skari has free bottles. Gets a full health refill from the Poe as well. Really lucky. For anybody who doesn't know, the Poe actually has a chance to. I think maximum damage it can do is a heart, but can do from a heart to a full heal. I don't think it can like outright kill you. Alright, now Trent's making the move over to Forest. Will Trent beat Forest? I think if I remember seeing it correctly, Trent did bail on the Bosky of Fire, which unfortunately has the long shot on Volvagia. We're at the halfway mark. So as for Strength 2, we'll go immediately into Spirit. We'll get the Hover Boots. And then probably go straight into Shadow. Probably beat Shadow, I would imagine. Because you'll be looking for that Boomerang. Which is a square. You get the all 5 Sculptures in Shadow. You get no, we haven't seen Ruto's letter, I don't think. Unless Kari saw it and handed it in. I think we've seen all 3 bottles but Ruto's. Yeah, all 5 is a full clear. Yeah, so you would full clear. Well, I can see some people bailing on Bongo. It'd be bold, but I could see it. Yeah, Toad's cracked this. Alright, is Trent gonna bail after getting the Forest Bosky? Trent is also bailing! Why does no one want to beat Forest Temple? Why does no one want to do it? It gives you 3 medallions! It is literally a square! I know it sucks, but it's literally a square and you're in there. Vi, please full clear Forest for me. I believe in you, Vi. I mean, Jabu and Water would be too. You are 100% correct. But Toad's the only one who's got the long shot of Volvagia. There is plenty of time left, you are correct. I think with there being, but there are a bunch of like goals which are fine stuff. Even if it's barren, you're going to find hearts which give you 12 hearts. The thing is what the runners don't know is they need 4 dungeon rewards in order to get that boomerang. Because for Strength 2's and Ganon's. And there's Strength 3, Strength 2 locked. So you absolutely have to get 4 dungeon rewards so that you can get Strength 2 to get the hover boots because Strength 3 is Strength 2 locked. This is an interesting one. I want to see what these runners do. Beating Fire was absolutely the play. Yeah, ironically, beating Fire was for play, but not for the item on the boss of Fire. It was for the play of getting into Ganon's castle. We've seen it here first. To get stone fire so you could get in the castle so you could beat the seed. But you can't. This board doesn't tell you that someone beat fire. All it tells you is that 5 people went into fire and got double defense. It doesn't tell you that anyone beat it. Toad is in a fantastic position here. Kari is, to her credit, Kari is key. Oh, there is a beat fire square. You are correct. I do apologize. I did not see that square. Yeah, that was done a very long time ago. This has the potential to spiral massively for Toad. Kari is keeping up with 10 squares as opposed to Toad's 11. But unless she goes and beats Fire Temple, will start to lose momentum. But that is Bolero in Ice Cavern. Bolero is in fact in Ice Cavern. So that could be a sign. Play Bolero, beat Fire. That is a Bolero play, okay. I think we'll see a beating Fire. Vi is doing it, yes, you... Also, great point. A lot is happening suddenly. This is the action part of the bingo now. Here we go. Vi is doing the courtyard. Kari, that doesn't do what you think it does, I'm afraid. It's a solid door. That's the map. I mean, there's an argument that you just don't touch the courtyard because there's only one more check, admittedly. But also... there's second magic. That's the justification people needed. It's magic. Toad is actually going to get third medallion here. So maybe beating Forest wasn't, like... To be honest, or if you didn't know what was on Fire Temple, Forest would be the play. But Fire is absolutely the play over Forest. I take it all back. You could say that my commentary is not in redacted, but in retracted. Oh yeah, I know. Vi hates fire. Which is such a shame because it's absolutely the right play you make here in this seed. Just wait for Zora Tunic on PG. That would be something. Also, Toad having a hard time finding this this set of hover boots. As Kari's doing the reverse into GTG now. Trent picking up a second bomb bag. A good pickup there for Toad. BGS. And 3 swords is not on the board today though. But you'd never turn down a BGS. There's for hover boots. Hover boots are the very top of Spirit here. I mean, Toad's gonna beat Twin Rover here. Absolutely beat Twin Rover. So if the seed standings were to happen as they are right now, Toad would win currently the whole board because of the line. Kari would get second because it's also on 11 but with no line. And then Vi, Trent, and Andals would be on 8. Kyle on 7, Kits on 6, and Nesman on 3. Oh yeah, you absolutely go for Twin Rover here. You've just gone all the way up and it is a medallion. The same way that I argued that you should do Forest. Although it's not looking like Forest is too great of a play. Unfortunately. I absolutely would have done Forest if I was playing this seed. So I do not blame Vi in the slightest. And honestly, that long shot may not have the biggest impact. Like, sure, there's 5 different small keys in Water Temple. But we don't have Iron Boot. Well, we have Gold Scale. Gold Scale entry is allowed in, these settings. I can't remember if Lax is an item in Bingo. Because Ganon's boss key is in its own dungeon. Yep, Kits has done ice. Hasn't kept the blue fire yet. Might only have 1 bottle. There's the blue fire, yep. Kari and GTG then. Toad doing Rover. Trent being the first to do Domain, I think, as a child. Oh, the beam from the mirror shield didn't want to play ball there. It's a third key from Gary's side. Zora diving game has just has a huge rupee on it. Just a heart piece on Twin Rover. But we'll be at 3 medallions. Toad is flying right now. 9 hearts for Vi. Well, Toad has 11 hearts. I didn't even notice that part. Toad laying down the gauntlet in this first race. Gonna go straight back into Ganon's with that strength 3. Do not blame him. Gonna go do some Yeetus of Farok. Let's welcome you all into the game show today. It's the best game show in Hyrule. You could say it with me. It is Yeet That Rock. And the prize for the game show today is a Deku Shield. Woo! So that's 5 keys for Kari and GTG. No strength 2 from Ganon, so isn't going to be able to do the strength 2 room. Nothing, unfortunately, showing up in Forest. It really was, unfortunately, was a bad idea to go to Forest. What a full clear Forest. What do I know, I guess? Arrows in the first chest. In Light Trail, arrows in the second chest. There was a recovery heart in the basement there. Iron boots in Light Trail. Oh my god. Toad is going to run away with this. Absolutely fly. Ruto's as well. Ruto's letter is in Light Trial as well. Toad has hit another level. It's gonna be between Toad and Kari, but I think Toad is just gonna fly through. Kari needs to go to Fire Temple straight after GTG to keep up. Yeah, Toad goes to Shadow, gets the Boomerang, gets all 5 skulls, then does Jabu for the map and compass. May just find stuff along the way, honestly. What is Toad up to? Yeah, could get Bolero from Ice Cavern. As Kyle's raiding the Restream. Thank you so much for the raid. I am guessing that you've just had to forfeit or something. Did you happen to notice how many squares you were on? Slash, could you put in a comment? Please. Thank you, Etia. I hope everything's okay with Kyle. Oh my god, Zora Tunic is on PG! Who called it? Who called Zora Tunic on PG? Forest was for right play, I'm calling it. I don't care, Etia. I don't care, it was definitely the right play. Also, Andals marked that goal 6 seconds after Vi did. I'm not... I mean, it is a square. Don't get me wrong, it is a square. Can you send me that in a DM, please, Etia? Just so I can mark it up at the end. Thanks. Well, Vi is going to get strength 2 in here now. So it all depends if that long shot even matters. Trent is gonna beat Volvagia right now and get the long shot. Yep, Hero, you and somebody else is gonna win the very one-sided prediction that we had. Toad does indeed have a massive lead. I don't see anybody stopping Toad here. I know Toad is 1 square ahead on the board, but has so much more done in the seed, I think. Nicely done on Trent, and Vi just got strength 2, yep. We'll need to, well, I mean, everything is on the way, but... So, Vi does have the added benefit of getting free tunics with the one on PG. Toad does not have that second wallet. I would not be surprised to see Toad get for 5 keys and leave. If I'm honest. Kari is on 13. Kari's actually going to take the lead. It is all about the number that you get, so you don't have to win the board, you just have to get the most squares. No Serenade Nagi, so it's not that appealing. It'll be a warp into Shadow, 100%. Just gotta find the 5 keys. I mean, it is short, but also Shadow into Jabu leads to 3 squares. Water leads to 1. Like, you absolutely could add water to it. You could go water into Shadow into Jabu. Absolutely. But also might just find it easier just to warp straight to Shadow. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll absolutely just have to see. I can see the merit of GTG if you're just getting the keys. I don't think you stick around. I don't think there's anything to. Well, Toad might be hoping for ice arrows, but Kari has 5 keys marked and has no idea if Kari full cleared it or left. Also, ice arrows could be in the strength 2 room. So this will be a play for probably hearts and arrows. We do have a lot of time left. We have an hour left, so there is... I do expect GTG, Water, Shadow, and Jabu to be the 4 plays that Toad will make in the last hour. Let me just check the stream. According to Andal's tracker, he has not beaten DC. He did beat Forest, but has not beaten DC. I want to give a bit of a shout out to Nesman. His target going into this race was to get 6 squares because obviously with learning and stuff, 6 squares, you know, decent effort, and is almost there. Just needs one more. Yeah, Vi hasn't done fire. And to be honest, with the chain that you can go off from Spirit, I do not see Vi doing fire. I don't think I touch fire in Vi's case. And from what we've seen, there's nothing to tell me that the long shot is hard required. I know that beating Fire Temple is a square, but honestly, I would just see, like, I would push everything else first. So that's 8 keys from Toad's side. Is toilet going to be an item here? Vi just got to 12 hearts. Toad is 1 heart piece away. Oh yeah, you don't do it. I don't think there's anything that major that you're missing that you don't know about. Because I think the arrows for 50 bullet bags, sorry, and 12 hearts, you just hope you get them along the way. I think Vi would have to skip Rover, and I can see it being a good play. Oh, being a good play to skip it, I should say. Toad getting 12 hearts now. Yep, I think you're gonna win the prediction here. I shouldn't have done odd or even. There's for strength 3 for Trent. Alright, so Toad is gonna drop into Water Temple here. Ironically, as soon as you go into Stone Shadow and get that boomerang, you're actually in Seed Go mode. Still got it done nicely. Toad pushing 20 maybe? I wonder if Toad knows about the boomerang in Shadow. Because I'd just be rushing goals at this point. Yep, Vi immediately bailing. After getting the hovers, we'll go to Light Trial now and get the boots. The room can be kind of awkward without hover boots. Forgetting that vanilla maps and compasses were on Toad. Honestly, it was a great addition to the settings. Was vanilla maps and compasses, but it does trip people up. I got Rutos, who's gonna get the iron boots here in a sec. I think it's in this next chest. Yep, there they are. Trent now up to 9 hearts. Kari still climbing Fire Temple. That's one small key for Toad. I think so. Yep, this is for Shadow Play. Alrighty, we got about just under 50 minutes left. It's gonna hot up. Vi is stormed into second place right now. Honestly, this is gonna be pretty close. You'll start to see the urgency creep in. You'll start to see people try and do risky bails, stuff like that to try and find places. You'll see people load up their sniper rifles, ready to snipe. So if logic dictates this correctly that I'm working out here, I don't think we've seen Rob Bosky in water, but you had to do Central Pillar, Dragon Chest, and then I think Central Bow to get the three more keys. Or no, is Central Pillar 5 key locked? Kind of cool, we get to see 4 people in different temples at one time. This will only happen in bingo, so please be sure to keep watching. We're gonna have some exciting times for bingo over the next few months. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. Alright, Bosky, so there's this probably a small key on Morpher. Yeah, Nesman's got 6. Big pog. Personal goal. We love to see it. Huge pogs. I mean, what a place to get it than Bingo Battle Race 1. Perfect time to get a PB. Well, the problem is, Nagi, is nobody's found Saria's song, and you need Saria's song to get the spooky mask. Because I believe you can't hand in the skull mask to the Skull Kid without doing the Skull Kid check first. Forest Med is Jabu, yeah. Alright, Trent beating Rover. We'll pick up 3rd medallion. I mean, it all depends where the boomerang is. Honestly, I wouldn't when you get the boomerang, but also the same, because you don't need to. In Vi's situation, this boomerang is go mode for the entire seed. I don't know if you risk ice arrows on it. Or like another slingshot. Kari going for bow extension here. Well, there's Nehru's love. There's another heart container. Use lens, PogChamp. Gonna have to go to River Chest and Dragon for your last keys. Although I don't think we saw Central Pillar in the end from Toad. I might be wrong. That's all small keys. Oh, Central Pillar is for keys. Well, River's gonna be a key anyway. And it is only 5, not 6. There it is. Yep, one more. One more and that's 50. I don't think Toad has the other one. There's Farang. A real interesting color. With the latest Romans branch, you can change the color of like your weapons and stuff. Nope, but Vi is going to show us a really cool strat here where you can actually hook the scarecrow from on top of the block. It's very precise, or it's kind of precise, I guess. I don't think it's like super precise. Nicely done. Making it look easy. Yeah, there's one more skull in the room, in the maze, that nobody really goes to, is the last Skulltula. Well, that's because nobody does it. But I told you, the first 45 minutes to an hour in a bingo seed is kind of boring, as people just do the standard stuff. And then you get all these crazy diversions that all like interflow and connect to each other, and it makes for fantastic watching. Trent's leaving on 5 keys. Do not blame him. Vanilla boss key for Shadow. I need to actually create an interview screen whilst we're going with this. I've just realized. So we're gonna I'm hopefully gonna keep up with commentating and stuff at the same time, but it's gonna be tough. Absolutely, Hero. Everybody should donate to the charity if you can. There is some really amazing streams coming up in this train. I have the public schedule. Here it is. So let me just run on through it for you. As Vi is not doing bongo. Good call on that one. So the schedule has at 9 p.m. UTC, or in about half an hour's time, Ellie's going to be doing some Resident Evil 7. That's who we're actually going to lead the train on into. At 1 a.m. UTC, or 2 a.m. British, 9 p.m. Eastern, we've got Pro Pokenoob doing some Pokemon Nuzlocke speedrun showcase. I'm not sure what that entails, but it sounds cool. There's a lot of cool buzzwords. And Pokemon. And then we've got... who's doing Bloodstained? Is it you, Hero? It doesn't... It just says for channel on the schedule. It doesn't say who's doing it. I think it's you. Yeah. Hero is doing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Literally in the middle of the night, because that is at 4 a.m. UTC, 5 a.m. British time, or midnight Eastern, and Hero is British. That is DGen hours. You're gonna have to check that out. Or at least when you wake up, you're gonna have to pop in and give Hero your energy. And then at 8 a.m. British time, 7 a.m. UTC, 3 a.m. Eastern, we've got Minecraft with the lovely Sean 1E for a few hours. I don't know the specifics of what's going on, by the way, unfortunately, but I just know that there is stuff and things going on. Then we've got Jackbox at midday British time, 11 a.m. UTC, 7 a.m. Eastern. Over on the Minifam, I believe that is something Vi is hosting. And then at 1 p.m. British time, 12 p.m. UTC, 8 a.m. Eastern, we have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu with the lovely Sonic Arpika. Definitely want to check that one out. Adorable art style is in Pokemon Let's Go series. And then at 5 p.m. British time, 4 p.m. UTC, midday EDT, we have Stellaris with Dr. Nagi. I don't know what quite you're getting up to in that, Nagi. I don't know if it's a continuation of your series you've been doing or stuff like that. And then the final run to top it all off, we have my co-op partner, the amazing Deadly Thunder, doing Pokemon Crystal item randomizer. I believe it's like a full randomizer. It's supposed to be really tough but fun at 8 p.m. British time, 7 p.m. UTC, and 3 p.m. Eastern. So you've got a lot of content going on. It's going to be a great old time. Vi might just be getting Blue Fire. No, Vi is not rushing Valero. Interesting. We'll get 2 squares out of this, though. Should be pointed out, you will get 2 squares from this. Have I got the sides mixed up? This is the item side, right? You get Valero and you get Blue Fire. I mean, honestly, at some point you have to just throw out the like winning the board and go for the squares because they'll carry over. The points you end today on will be very important. More than winning this race. Double defense was in fire, yep. Fire into Jabu, you would get... Yeah, you would get... Beat the Fire Temple, you'd get Map and Compass in Jabu Jabu, you'd get double defense. Honestly, rush Jabu, because you'll probably get Sarias at the same time. But Vi doesn't have 5 keys in GTG, so I could see a GTG play here. Yep, hero, you did it. I don't know how to... How do I give you your points back? We already have 18, so I can just give you them now. Aha, choose outcome. I don't know if that worked. Did someone... What is going on? Oh, you did it. Okay. That's why. I'm trying to press the button to do it, and you've done it. Thank you, ETR. I'm gonna take this time to try and build a very, very basic like table. So apologies if comms are a little bit scuffed right now. Yeah, Toad has 18. Alright, let's see if I can avoid breaking things. Oh fuck, that was the wrong button. Yeah, I'm super sorry, everyone. I'm like rushing together just a quick scene that I can put up. I will be right back with the commentary. I've chose a bad time to do this. I will be real. Alright, let me catch back up. I'm really sorry, everyone. That's the wrong one. So Vi is doing fire. Yeah, Vi will get 20. Double defense is here, and I think it's actually in the next like 2 squares. Or in the next 2 checks. Because wasn't it like super early? They climbed, but I'm 90% sure it's really early. I want to say it's boss key chest. But here we go. 16 minutes remaining. Toad will be on 19 after this. We'll get the spooky mask to make 20. Trent not going for the spooky mask because actually, no, yeah, Toad's gonna have to beat Baronade and hope that Saria's is on Prelude. Do you make this risk? What else do you do? That's the problem. There's for double defense. Vi is on 19. We have 19, 19, 18, 17, 15, 14, 8. This is close. This is very close. Nesmond is killing it as well. All of our runners are doing a fantastic job. I know, it's already been cashed out, Nagi. Literally, only you and Hero did it, and you both put it on 18 to 25, so nobody won anything. Alright, Toad, what are you gonna do? You're bailing. It's very fair. Vi's gonna look for that Fire Temple boss key, get 20. I think it's like Boulder Maze. I can't remember specifically. I don't think you had to go all the way up. It's gonna be a huge stretch. I don't know if I could do it in time. You need like 6 or 7 minutes. I fit roughly. You would need about 6 or 7. I think to get there. Oh, ice arrows on target in the woods. Ice arrows on target in the woods. Oh my god, that is huge for Toad. That is absolutely massive for Toad. Wow. Someone blessed the RNG gods and won. Oh, Toad's gonna get to 21 because of buy a magic bean for 70. Kari finding the second bullet bag. She's going to be on 18 in a second with this boomerang. She'll be on 19 when she gets the Skulltulas. We're going to be literally separated by 2 squares on Restream. I don't know what that was, but that was interesting. Where is for Fire BK? I'm fairly sure it's in Upper Boulder Maze. Trent's audio is struggling a little bit here. Vi, that's for map. Vi, it's for map. No. Go on, Trans Audio. Push through. You could do it. We have 10 minutes remaining. Toad now getting the wallet on Richard 10 minutes from the end. Yeah, Vi could... But Vi's not going to know the ice arrows. Vi will have to go through Minuet to ice. And Honestly? This is gonna be a stretch. I don't think you could. Trent picking up Bolero there. To tie it up with Toad, 20 with 4 lines. Toad doing lens game. How does tiebreaker work? Toad got 20 squares first. So Trent got 20 and 4 lines first. No, sorry. Toad got 20, or Toad was on 20 with 4 lines first. So would technically win this board. However, winning the board doesn't mean jack shit. Yeah, Toad will get beans. That'll be the last square from Toad. You could use bingo knowledge here. You could use massive bingo knowledge. You kill the Skull Kid for 200 rupees. You do that twice. You go into Zora River. And then you get and then you get, what's it called? Kari's still going to get a square and is going to be on 20. Vi is still going to get a square and also be on 20. Toad is going to be on 21 with 5 lines. I don't see a square that Trent can do. Toad will have to do what I said, would have to farm the Skull Kid twice. Or Forest BK skip, yeah. Oh my god! The 50 bullet bag is on 20 skulls! Hold up! The 50 bullet bag is on 20 skulls! So Toad would have to black out the board. All Toad has to do, or would have to do, is get Bolero from Ice, get the third tunic, which you would get on your way to Ice Cavern, and then get Saria's from Prelude to beat Spooky Mask. And this would have been a blackout. Kari's about to pick up that 20th square. Vi actually has currently sniped Trent to second place on the board. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Can anyone pull anything out of the bag? Kari's gonna get the bullet bag. Oh no, wait, she doesn't have 20 skulls! She doesn't have 20 skulls! She's gonna get 20 skulls and she's gonna run out of time! She needs to get the 2 skulls and go straight in there. This is gonna be close. Use sticks, Kari! Use sticks! "30 seconds left." Well, now there's 30 seconds. 30 seconds. This will double snipe for second place. She needs to find it and mark it before the board is done. Or before the timer is over. And she does get it marked in time. Holy crap. What a snipe for second. What a snipe. Holy Jesus. I also need to try and do this board at the same time. That was insane. I just need to do this, so... I have asked them. Yes, we're interviewing first, Sky. I'm not like denying the runners a chance to interview. They're all up for an interview. Give me 2 seconds and we'll get people in. Kits, thank you so much for the raid. Let me pop on over to Discord. Is Kari a good for... Yeah, she's here.
Ardbeg wee beastie.
Hang on, everyone, because I've broken things. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. People should be able to hear now.
Woohoo! Oh damn it! We were all collectively losing our minds about the Kari snipe. That was actually
I am
stupid.
so mad that she sniped me that way.
Sorry, I messaged. Okay, I'm just annoyed.
You don't matter the 50. You matter the element arrows. I agree with that.
No, yeah, but I didn't have time to do that. So I was like, okay, I've got to make a gambit. I reckon I've got 20 skulls. I didn't. I panicked.
I saw that and I was like, where the fuck do you find those ice arrows at that moment?
But again, like I said, it's either in Baronade or in Domain. I don't know where they are. Where were they, Toad?
Shoot the targets.
Target in the woods.
Yeah, it was on target in the woods.
Okay,
Man.
so I am glad I met that. On the other hand, why the fuck can you not buy Zora tunic as a child?
That's always been like that.
Yeah, because you can't wear it. Yeah.
It's dumb. You can't buy the Goron tunic as a kid either.
I was so proud when I saw that. Oh, this is my
Oh, were you missing a wallet?
Yes.
And you too. I was confused why both of you didn't just go for the easy tunic at the end, but I guess you didn't get the wallet.
I don't have the second wallet.
I got the second wallet on Richard at like 250.
Oh, Richard has one.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I thought I did Richard.
Yeah.
Richard is the one you skipped, not the final fucking. Wait, where was the other one? Was the other one in like Lake or some bullshit? No, Open Grotto. Wait, wasn't it Open Grotto? I don't remember.
No, Richard didn't have anything.
Richard had a wallet. We saw
Richard
it
had a
right
wallet.
saw it right at the end.
I thought you said tunic. Okay.
I didn't have Richard done.
I don't remember where the other wallet was.
I mean, I had so many other things, to be honest.
Hold on, wait a second. Pete, didn't you mark, literally within a minute of it, you marked 3 medallions after getting your third tunic. Where was your third tunic? Because I thought
Phantom Ganon. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It was the wrong play today. I'm not ready for this bailing on forest meta halfway through. I don't know what the fuck you all did. Like, I saw all of you have that fucking BK, and I was like, why has nobody marked 3 medallions? What is wrong with you all?
I 100% agreed with you. I thought you should do forest 100%.
No.
I had
No, I bailed.
in my defense,
I had found 3 keys.
In my defense, I didn't have a strength. I just went in there hoping for an early boss key just to throw people off.
Wait, you had strength when you went in there?
No, I did not.
Hey, I had at least a bomb bag out of well. Before anyone else, probably.
Yes, you rushed well immediately.
Yeah. It was a bomb bag, and I was like,
I got bomb bag
and then I
in.
see all the fucking bomb shoes, and I'm like, fuck you.
I got Colossus Fairy bomb bag.
Well, here's my reasoning. Okay, here's my reasoning behind doing the rest of Forest. So I have a map tracker, right, that tells me how many checks I have in the game. At the time, it was about like 30 to 40, and 10 of them or 9 of them are in Forest Temple. And I was still looking for like so many items. Was still looking for Strength 2. I was still looking for like, I don't know, there was other stuff. I don't remember it at this point. But like that's why I did Forest Temple, because I was like, I don't know what everyone else. I wasn't rushing goals at that time. I was just going to places and getting items because I needed
Okay.
items.
I'm gonna explain why. Like, I bailed on it because at that point, like, I saw just the first 3 medallions coming in.
Mm,
By the way, I never checked pen,
good job.
which is so powerful. it's,
Yeah.
it is like, yeah, why would you? But like, I saw the first 3 medallions coming in, and then I was like, I saw nearly no one cleared fire, so I was like, okay, fire is probably a stone, but I'm still gonna do it, and especially that long shot. Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
I
Fucking
ran
hell,
past
yeah.
it at the end, but that's
So
okay.
I forgot that you needed Sarias to do Suki Mask, and I was in the middle of doing that. I was like, oh wait, you can't do that.
Like,
You're
I saw where
not
Zarya was,
You're
and I
not.
was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I guess here's my question: what did you bail Forest for? What was your like? Where did you
Gen's
go?
Castle,
Gen's
castle.
Oh, I got it right because you all had done Fire Temple because I didn't do
Yeah.
Fire Temple.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hadn't done Fire Temple because because what was
Wait,
it?
which
When I
dungeon
saw
did you
double
beat then?
defense when I saw double defense in there, I on purpose got the boss key, left.
Yep. Trent
I
Trent
just
left.
left.
That's actually really smart because I could not figure out for the life of me where that double defense. You all saw me checking
I
Valley on Restream. Y'all just saw me checking like
I didn't
everything.
figure that out. I didn't figure it out until I literally went in there because I got hammer. I thought, okay, I'm gonna route this in so it'd be one of my last things. And the only reason I figured out, because bridge is open, isn't it? It's
No, it's
how
a
many
four,
medallions?
4 dungeon
For
rewards.
the
Four
4 of
dungeon
any
rewards.
type of rewards.
Okay, I'm glad I figured that out because I was going through it, going like, God, that's strange. No one's really marked 3 medallions, and yet shields and boots is marked. Okay, go check bridge in case it was open. I'm glad I checked it when I did.
What? Kari!
What?
Bridge, come on, it's 4 rewards.
Yeah, I had 4 rewards. I did Fire Temple by that point.
Why do you say that bridge is open? I'm confused.
I thought bridge was
She
open.
thought it was open, but it was just
Okay.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, light trial like irons and light trial was like heavily metaable because Toad marked 3 medallions and then
The
marked
shields and boots.
shields and boots, which
Yeah.
as someone who knew that the strength 2 was in Ganon's castle,
I didn't know it at
you could
that
figure
time.
out you could figure out in that moment that it had to be in light trial because why would like why would you not go get the irons
That
in
was
Ganon's
Right.
castle?
that was my
And
last
then
half of the game.
yeah, so
With that.
so like irons were pretty metaable. That's why I never did Ganon's BK chest because I knew it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um
same.
So I have a question for all of you.
Yeah.
How did you all feel about the hint for the hammer being the only place it being the grotto that the hammer was in?
That's
mean,
not true.
yeah,
I
yeah,
had it
Yeah,
before.
something else.
I had it
No,
before.
no, I got the hint somewhere else.
There was a hint
Yeah.
somewhere else. I swore
Yeah,
we
there
only
was a
saw
hint
it
somewhere
once.
else.
Yeah, it was somewhere
I
else
think,
too. I don't remember.
I think it was in either in front of Temple of Time.
Oh, then
Or-
so you must have checked it. The first like 20 minutes was me panicking about everything breaking. So
Yeah, it was
And,
really early. Like I like the first 2 hints that I have written down on my thing are literally DMT hammer, DMT.
all right, then
Straight
how
up.
did you feel about seeing the hammer hint right next to the hammer? Full
It was still pretty
stop.
funny. It was still pretty funny.
I personally also was kind of confused because I was like, well, why did I get the fucking claim check now for?
Was there anything in like Trail Fairy or Big Oron?
No.
No and
No.
no.
Good. Because I never
No,
won.
because
Hard.
I met that. I spent so much time getting them just in case it was locked behind the claim chat.
I got them because who knows?
I just want to mention. I don't know if you all saw me like fucking like inting in the first few rooms of Shadow Temple. I just want to be clear that that's because I looked up a video of how to get the Skulltula without long shot. I was looking that up on the side, like frantically, like, wait, how do I get that with hookshot? And that's why I was like walking like in that room like 10 times back and forth because I didn't get all the silver rupees and stuff like that.
This was for sure an interesting seed. By the way, can you next time put Sarias not on fucking Burning Cat like every other seed?
Yeah. I got
I mean,
the
it
Keaton
could have
mask
been
and then
on
it was like,
Prelude,
wait.
to be fair.
No, we had a hint.
What was for hint for Prelude?
No, we had a hint for
Burning
Burning Cat
Cat.
being Sarius.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I
didn't
thought it
find
was.
that yet.
I thought that I was remembering that from the RSL seed I did before this, which had the exact same hint. So I actually
Yeah.
thought that I was crossing the seeds over.
It was for sure something very interesting this seed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it. I really like this. I'm looking forward to the next races.
Oh yeah,
Because oh my god, this is competitive.
honestly,
It's so
what
good.
what an advert for the first race of this tournament! Like a 5-second double snipe right at the end.
I'm so freaking mad.
Also, Kari, you fucking sent my emotions into overdrive because you refused to pull out sticks to kill the last two Skulltulas. You just decided to use. You decided to use boomerang, which was super slow.
Panic.
Wait,
100%.
which one?
So Kari checks 10 skulls with 1 minute remaining. She sees she doesn't have 20 and she's in Nightcack, so she gets the skulls, but she doesn't switch item. So she kills 3 skulls with the boomerang with
Oh
1
my
minute
God.
left to mark the fucking slingshot that we only found out about like 5 minutes before. And we were losing it.
I am not kidding. This could have been anyone's game if they actually cleared Shiloh.
Yeah.
Me and Toad generally could have tied though if I was able to buy the fucking Zora tunic as a child.
Yeah, that
Like,
would have been.
For me, I had.
Well,
10
actually,
Yeah.
you would have had 6 lions, right? And Toad would have had them first. So technically, in the terms of the race, it
Yeah.
would have still been
In the
gone to
terms
Toad.
of a
But I guess in
race,
terms
yeah.
of the, in terms of the whole league, it would have been tied. So like, it doesn't like actually,
Yeah,
it's
it would
fine.
have
Like,
been-
it doesn't really matter.
Well, no, because if I got on the tunic, then I would have had 6 lines and more squares.
Yo, pro
I'm-
Pokenoob
Oh,
with the
no,
big
No, you would
raid.
have-
Hello.
Toad still has a
Wrong.
square on
Oh
you.
yeah. I would. No,
I'm
if-
not kidding. If I would have
No,
done
we would have been
Richard,
tied. You were right.
if I would have done
Yeah.
Richard, Kari would have been behind me.
Fuck off.
I mean, I would have had the fucking 3 tunics. Don't get me wrong. I had all 4 bottles.
Same. Okay, who's next on the raid?
So,
by the way?
we're what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and jump on over to Ellie, who's doing some Resident Evil 7. Next up on the charity train, I urge you to donate if you can. It's a great cause. We've had a couple of donations, and I just hidden the link. There we go. We had 20 off. Let me see. Let me load it. Woosy Woo given 20 for you to do a frighten. Kari donated £20 as well, and then Woosy Woo with another £2 for ha 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 ha. I will shoot the raid on over. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the charity train. If you enjoyed for bingo as well, please check it out. It's a lot of fun. Anybody can join as well.
You have a this command? Yeah.
I do,
Go to the
yeah.
Discord. That's where you find all the info on how to join this.
All the info is in that Discord, or you can, if you forget to go click that link now, you can find it in an announcement in the mini fam, which Vi did. I'm super happy about that, by the way. I did quickly rip up an old runners command, so if you enjoyed watching any of these 4 runners, that being, I don't know what the hell's happened to the formatting of that, but That's broken.
Oh, Kari and Toad have merged.
That's broken.
No, wait, Trent and Toad have merged. Trent and Toad.
I think everybody's merged.
It's the
after-
Trentoad. Wait.
A Trent
No,
Toad.
Kari works. And then wait, what happened to this?
I don't know.
Wait, it's like me and Kari, and then Kari and Toad, and then Toad and Trent, and then only Trent. What did you do?
I don't know. I pressed enter for line breaks.
That's pretty funny. Anyway.
You will figure it out, guys.
Oh, I get it. Oh, I get how it happens.
There we go. That works. You can follow the 4 runners
Now
There-
I see what you did.
today. Yeah, I fixed it now.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get the radon going for the train. Choo choo, everybody. Choo choo. Let's go donate to this
Choo-choo.
fantastic cause, and I hope.
Thank you,
enjoy-
Kari, for this follow.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the charity train. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.